So yesterday we have seen the different characteristics of the vital four, plus we have seen the importance of totality of the symptom. In the aphorism number 9, 10, 11, we have seen the role of vital force in the health. 12, 13, 14, we have seen the role of vital force in the disease. In the 16, 17, and 18, we have seen the importance of totality of the symptom. Can anybody give me the definition of totality of symptom?
Symptoms as guide to the inner essence of disease and for remedy selection.
Anyone else?
Symptoms which give the condition of the internal of the body so as to help treat the disease.
Okay. Anyone else?
The peculiar and uncommon symptoms.
Okay. What are the types of totality? What are the different types of totality? Hello?
Yes, ma'am.
What are the different types?
Acute totality symptom, chronic,
Hmm.
sector,
Hmm.
miasmatic.
Hmm.
एवढेच माहिती आहे.
Even what is sector totality?
Sector totality.
Jivan
Ma'am,
is
it
here.
is
Jivan is here.
It ma'am. Ma'am.
Hello.
What is the sector totality?
Ma'am, it is a particular area infected.
I want the answer from Jivan. Nikita? Pooja? Pratiksha? Priyanka? Alhat? Priyanka Chaudhary?
In acute diseases, if particular area is infected, for example conjunctivitis, then we consider
Conjunctivitis.
then we consider totality of symptoms of eyes, that is color, discharge, pain, side affected.
Okay. Pooja, what is miasmatic totality?
Ma'am, may I?
Mention your name.
Tejaswini.
Okay.
Ma'am, miasmatic totality of symptom, we consider the miasms and we consider the person as a whole.
Okay. So those are not giving the answer. I will mark them absent. So what we have learned in the aphorism number 16 and 17? What is given in the aphorism number 16 and 17?
Ma'am, in
Still removal of dynamic caused by dynamic medicine.
Mention your name first.
Hello.
ma'am, ma'am, Nuzat here. In aphorism 16, it is mentioned that diseases may be produced by by sufficient and
Nuzat, your voice is not clear.
sorry, ma'am, it's clear now.
Now it's clear.
Ma'am, in aphorism 16, it is given that any disease which occurs in the human body is due to a sufficient disturbance of the vital force, and it can be cured by the same means, by the simillimum curatis.
Curanter.
Yes.
Anyone else?
Ma'am,
Anybody?
Subha here.
Hmm.
Ma'am, in aphorism number 16, it is given that the vital force is a spirit-like dynamic action. मतलब जो vital force है, वो हमारा एक spirit-like, it's dynamic in nature. So anything which have to cause damage to it, like or render its work or functions of the vital force, it should be dynamic. Then only हमारा जो vital force है, वो deranged होगा. तो इसको हमको सही करने के लिए भी we need a dynamic force to make the deranged functions normal. So those medicines which we use should be dynamic, and we should we should take under consideration all the totality of symptoms so that it can help us to predict the medicines. Then after that, what are the changes after giving the medicine? We can see by the changes in the totality of symptoms that we get a checklist ke, haan, this symptom is gone and this the other symptom is gone.
Right. Very good, Tuba and Nuzat. Next is aphorism number 17. What is given in that? Aphorism number 17, Komal.
येस मॅम मॅम रिमूव्हल म्हणजे सायन्स अँड सिम्पटम्स म्हणजे डिसीज असतो तर सायन्स अँड सिम्पटम्स आपण काढल्या तर टोटल म्हणजे डिसीज जातो आणि त्याच्यामुळे टोटल क्युअर होतं म्हणजे त्यांनी याच्यामध्ये अफॉरिझम नंबर टोटॅलिटी ऑफ सिम्पटम्स याच्यामध्ये सांगितलंय अफॉरिझम नंबर 5 हा त्याच्यामध्ये त्यांनी अजून सायन्स अँड removal of signs and symptoms results in automatically
So
removal of disease.
You have to remove the totality of the disease, so disease will remove itself.
Yes, ma'am.
And that should be the sole aim of the physician. So we have completed these 17 aphorism. Now the 18th also I think we have completed. This is the undebatable truth. This truth we cannot deny or cannot be denied by anybody, that the sum of all the symptoms, that is the totality of the symptoms, if you are removing, because it is the sole indication, sole guide for the choice of remedy. What are the importance, or you can say the uses of totality of symptoms? What is the importance of totality of symptom? How the totality?
Ma'am, recognizing the
totality of symptoms.
Ma'am, Nuzat here. Recognizing the totality of
one by one, please.
Helps
one
in
by
understanding and diagnosing. Ma'am, Nuzat here. The totality, recognizing the totality of symptoms helps the physician understand the cause of disease, and we can treat the disease as such based on the symptoms.
How you can identify the cause of disease with the help of totality?
Acute totality of symptoms, we can find the exciting cause. And chronic totality of symptoms, in chronic totality, we can find the miasmatic cause of that disease. Then sector totality of symptoms, we
Yes,
can
that
find the
we
particular
that I
area.
know कि you form acute, you form sector, you form chronic. But what is the utility for making this type of totality?
Means ma'am, there is a diagnostic idea and therapeutic idea. No, diagnostic idea, by diagnostic idea of totality of symptoms, we can understand the pathological selection of the symptoms of the disease. And by therapeutic idea, we can useful for the homeopathic prescription.
That's what I want. So it is useful for the choice of remedy. And second
Remedy,
thing is,
selection of remedy.
and second thing is, what is the second importance? Or
As
the
a checklist.
right, as a checklist, whether the patient is getting the relief or not.
Yeah, it is curing or not.
Yes, it is curing or not.
That
So all
is
this,
that is.
What do you say, Vallabh?
Means ma'am, totality of symptoms reveals the condition of the patient. If it is healthy, then the symptoms and signs and symptoms get removed. If it is in disease condition, then signs and symptoms get increases.
Okay. So now we will take the aphorism number 19. I think you have completed these aphorisms, na? Yes or no?
Oh ma'am.
Up to 18. Up to 18.
Really?
Up to 80.
Ma'am, Asarya ma'am took these topic.
From aphorism number? From which aphorism?
सारे मॅमनी तर म्हणजे ऍफोरिझम नंबर 52 पासून 61 पर्यंत घेतलंय. कार्डिनल प्रिंसिपल्स हे नाही घेतले 19 20 वगैरह.
मैम ने लिया ये एंटीपैथी लिया है मैम, जो आपका ऊपर का टॉपिक लिखा था ना, एंटीपैथी, होम्योपैथी एंड एलोपैथी, मैम हैज टेकन वेरी अर्लियर इन द स्टार्टिंग डेज.
So shall I take or move further?
No ma'am.
नाही मॅम घ्या तुम्ही, घ्या मॅम.
Yes ma'am.
So this will be a revision to you, right?
Yes ma'am.
So you should be ready to give me the answers. Correct? Okay. Shall I start aphorism number 19?
Yes ma'am.
Yes ma'am.
Now as disease are nothing more than, now we know what is the disease, that is the alteration in state of health of that individual, and it is manifested in the form of morbid signs, and we have to cure all these morbid signs. And this is only possible when you are removing all these morbid signs, then there is a healthy condition or a state of health of that person will be restored. It is very evident that medicine could never cure diseases if they did not possess the power of alternating man's state of health, which depends on the sensations and functions. So your medicine should be act on the sensation and functions. It should be, we have seen the one word sentient nerves. In which aphorism we have seen that word?
Aphorism number 16.
Right. 16. So again here there is a reference to the medicine which is acting on the sentient nerves, which is very similar, which is capable of producing similar signs and the symptoms, can only act on our body, can produce the artificial disease, and can have a curative power which can cure the natural disease. That their curative power must be owing solely to this power they possess of alternating man's state of health. So the patient is now in a disease condition which is having the alteration of the health, we know how to cure that patient so that the health will be restored. But the medicine that you have to give, कैसी medicine हमको देना है? The medicine which will be act on the sensation and functions, which will alter this morbid sensation and function, and having the curative power, this solely will cure the disease. This only alter the man's state of disease to health. This is given in the aphorism number 19. Aphorism number 20. This spirit-like power, that means the power of medicine to alter man's state of health, which lies hidden in the inner nature of medicines, can itself never be discovered by us by a mere effort of reason. It is only by experience of phenomena it displays when acting on a state of health of man that we can become clearly cognizant of it. Sorry. So what do you mean by this aphorism? Aphorism number 20. Can anybody try?
Ma'am, Nuzhat here. Ma'am, in aphorism 20, it is given how to identify or discover the medicinal power of the substance, which means that we can find out about the effect on the human body, and we need to understand how a medicine alters the state of health to understand its sphere of action.
Yes. So for that, which two mechanisms we are using in homeopathy? So that the hidden nature will be activated and we will get all the symptoms from the human beings. So two
Drug proving?
Yes.
Proving of the drug.
Yes. And second one?
Potentization.
Potentization. So these are the two things that we are using in the homeopathy, by which we are arousing the curative power of that medicine, which is in the hidden in their crude form. In the aphorism number 21, now as it is undeniable that the curative principle in the medicine is not in itself perceptible, and as in pure experiments with the medicines conducted by most accurate observers, nothing can be observed that can constitute them medicines or remedies, except that the power of causing distant alterations in the state of health of the human body. So the curative power of the medicine is perceptible. We know, we have done the drug proving, which is the pure experiment which we are conducted on the healthy human beings. And we observe it very accurately, and which constitutes the medicine, which constitutes the power of that medicine, and that medicine can alter the state of health on the human body. And vice versa is also possible by the potentized medicine, from the healthy state to disease state, that is the drug proving, and disease state to healthy state, that is the cure. So both way we can use our medicine. Now it is proved and it is observed accurately by us, and of exciting on him various definite morbid symptoms. So how our medicine is acting, whenever you are giving this medicine to the deceased person, it excites our morbid symptoms. That means it creates the artificial disease stronger than that of the natural disease. So it follows that when the medicines act as remedies, what it is difference between the medicine and remedy?
Remedy is potentized.
Okay.
Medicine the pure.
Anyone else? What is the difference?
Remedy would mean a medicine given for a particular.
Yes, complete your answer.
Ma'am, Nuzhat, I said medicine remedy would mean that a medicine is given for a particular disease, particular set of symptoms.
Oh, you forget first year difference between the medicine and remedy. Medicine means we have selected that on the basis of symptom similarity. It is the potentized one. And remedy means it is able
Pure
to
text.
cure the disease.
It is any substance by which cure take place.
Yes, if it is curing, then this became a remedy to that particular patient. That is the difference between the remedy and medicine. So whenever you are giving the medicine which is proved on the healthy human being by the pure experiments which we have observed accurately, the substance which is having a tendency to change the or to alters the man's health from to disease state or disease to healthy state, if you are using such substances, then what happen? uh, the medicine which is capable of producing the morbid symptoms but they are stronger so as to follows when the medicine act remedies. So ये सब चीजें करने के बाद that medicine will converted into the remedy, so that medicine will now able to cure that patient. And hence suppose you are giving nitram carb or nitram mure or the kali carb on the basis of symptom similarity, so when you prescribe it to the patient, that is a medicine. But if that medicine is able to cure that patient, then it is become a remedy. So we have given this on the basis of the drug proving, on the basis of potentization, on the basis of the symptoms similarity, then only that medicine is converted into the remedy. They can only bring their curative property into the play by means of their power of alternating man's state of health by the production of peculiar symptoms. Yesterday only we have discussed ki on the basis of what we are making the totality. We are making the totality on the basis of uncommon symptoms, characteristic symptoms, peculiar symptoms, rare symptoms, because common symptoms we require it for the diagnosis of disease, and for the diagnosis of medicine we require such peculiar symptoms. So here he said that the medicine will become a remedy when it is selected on the basis of peculiar symptoms, and that therefore we have only rely on the morbid phenomena which the medicines produce in the healthy body as a sole possible uh, revelation of their indwelling curative power, in order to learn that the disease producing power and at the same time what disease curing power each individual medicine possesses. So here he has given the different properties of the medicine or different things that medicine should possess. So one by one again we will take. So first one is that the medicine should be proved accurately by the pure experiments. It should be the most accurate, it should be observed properly during the experiment. Second thing is that it should be proved on the healthy human beings. Third property we have mentioned that it should have a property by which the disease state is converted into the healthy state, and the healthy state is now again converted into the disease state. That means he should have the alternating property of the man's state. It may be the health or it may be the disease. Next thing is that medicine should be able to produce the peculiar symptoms, as as we are more interested in the peculiar symptoms. Next thing is that it should have the indwelling curative power, which we are increasing by the dynamization. It should have a property that it will produce a disease which is similar to that of the natural disease. And if all these properties are present in the medicine, then that medicine will able to cure the disease. That medicine will produce the stronger artificial disease, and then only that medicine will convert into the remedy. So these are the certain qualities of medicine that are mentioned in the aphorism number 21. Clear?
Yes,
Yes,
ma'am.
ma'am.
Yes, ma'am.
Ma'am,
Huh.
ते आसारे मॅमनी 23 घेतलेला फक्त. त्याच्यानंतर पुढे त्यांनी आय थिंक 58% ते पुढचं घेतलेलं. कारण 23 मध्ये अँटीपॅथी आहे.
हो बरोबर आहे. पण आता मी जे सांगितलं ते कळालं का? ते असू द्या बाजूला. आपण घ्यायचं ठरवलेलंच आहे ना, झालं तरी पण आपण घेणारच आहोत ना. We have decided that we will take it again because she took it I think 2 months before na.
Yes, ma'am.
Yes, ma'am.
सुरुवातीला.
And you are not remembering before the 2 days what I taught you. So 2 months, long
Yes, ma'am.
ago, long
Yes,
ago
ma'am.
she taught you. 2 months means. Correct?
Yes, ma'am. Correct.
Okay. So have you understand this 21 aphorism?
Yes,
Yes.
ma'am.
Okay. So these properties should be possessed by the medicine. Are you able to see that aphorism on the screen? Because this is coming. Please move this window away from the shared application. I don't know why this is coming. Are you able to see the aphorism?
Yes, ma'am.
Yes,
Yes,
ma'am.
Yes,
ma'am.
ma'am.
So these are the properties of the medicine should possess so that that medicine can be converted into the remedy. Clear? Now the aphorism number 22. But as I think Deepak is not present today. No. Who will take attendance then? Who will take attendance today?
You say, ma'am.
Huh?
You say, ma'am.
Juvan, ma'am. Juvan.
You say, ma'am.
Sushant will take attendance today.
Okay, ma'am. Okay.
Huh. So now the aphorism number. Sushant, clear na? Sushant, you take attendance.
Ma'am.
Write down all the name of participants in one paper and submit it on the group, just like Deepak. Okay.
Yes, ma'am. Yes, ma'am.
Now the aphorism number 22. But as nothing is to be observed in diseases that must be removed in order to change them to health besides totality of their signs and symptoms. So what we have to observe, that is mentioned in very first aphorism. Dr. Hahnemann has mentioned it in the aphorism number 1, that a person who is having a sign and symptom, that person is known as a person who is having the signs and symptoms, morbid signs and symptoms, that person is
Sick person.
Yes,
Sick person.
Sick
So
person.
this is our aim. We are not running behind the diagnosis of that signs and symptoms, because for that diagnosis we know the triangle of that diagnosis. In the apex it is the signs, at the base it is symptom, and on the another point of that base they are the pathological investigations. So if you are taking only 2 things, signs and symptoms, then you can give the medicine. But allopathy, they wait for the third part of that triangle, that is the pathological investigations. We are also doing the pathological investigation, but it is only for the confirmation. So we can prescribe only on the basis of totality of the signs and symptoms. So हमको disease में से remove क्या करना है? Nothing but the signs and symptoms. And likewise, the medicines can show nothing curative besides their tendency to produce morbid symptoms in healthy persons and to remove them in a diseased person. So as we are only interested in the morbid signs and symptoms in the diseased person, likewise our medicines should have a tendency to remove these morbid signs and symptoms from that diseased person. It should not produce any other thing than the artificial disease. It follows on the one hand that medicines only became a remedy, and capable of annihilating disease because the medicinal substance, by exciting certain effects and symptoms, that is to say, by producing a certain artificial morbid state. So how our medicine is acting? It produces the artificial stronger disease. It produces the disease which is very similar to that of the natural disease. It excites our immunity. It produces the stronger disease so that that natural disease will get annihilated. Then only that medicine became a remedy. Because the medicinal substance, by exciting a certain effects and symptoms, that is to say, by producing a certain artificial morbific state. What do you mean by this artificial morbid state? What is
Artificial disease produced.
Artificial, we know. Morbid, we know. State means that disease. So that medicine should be able to produce artificial disease, removes and abrogates the symptoms already present to wit the natural morbid state we wish to cure. So if the 5 symptoms are present inside the body of that patient, when you are giving the medicine, that medicine should be able to produce the similar disease, similar artificial morbific state, so that it can remove, it can abrogate the symptoms which are already present in the natural disease. So that natural morbid state we have to cure. So ये छोटे छोटे questions आपको during viva में पूछते हैं. What is the natural morbid state? What is the artificial morbid state? So natural morbid state means the natural disease, and the artificial morbid state means artificial disease which is produced by the medicine. So the medicine should be conducted, the proving on the healthy human being. It should be accurately observed. It should have a tendency to convert or to alter the man's state of health. It should have a curative power. It should have a tendency to produce the artificial morbific state, but it should be stronger than that of the natural morbific state. So if all these qualities are present, then that medicine will annihilate the disease that is we wish to cure. On the other hand, it follows that for the totality of the symptoms of the disease to be cured, that medicine must be sought according ब्रैकेट कहाँ पे क्लोज हुआ?
अब
sought which according as the experience shall prove whether the morbid symptoms are most readily, certainly, permanently removed and changed to health by similar or opposite medicinal symptoms, proved to have a greatest tendency to produce similar or the opposite symptoms. Now here he has given a one hint कि that medicine, if you want to cure that patient, so that medicine should be a similar one or it should be the opposite one. These are the two natures he has given here. If you want a certain cure, if you want a radical cure, if you want a permanent cure, if you want to remove all these symptoms and change into the health, then your medicine, you are having the two options. Either it should be a similar or it should be totally opposite to that of the medicinal symptoms. And it should be proved to a greatest tendency to produce the similar or the opposite symptoms. So उसने extreme similar symptoms produce करने चाहिए या फिर extreme उसने opposite symptoms produce करने चाहिए. So these are the two ways on the basis of which you can prescribe the medicine. So you took the case, you made the totality, you made the diagnosis. Now the part of the prescription is remain. So your prescription can be based on the similar medicine or it can be based on the opposite medicine. So totally the choice is yours. If your medicine possesses the properties which is given in the aphorism number 21, definitely the patient will get the cure, because all these properties are required for the cure. But if your medicine is totally opposite, then what will happen? It is given from the aphorism number 23. So he given here about the pathies which are dominant or which are very prevalent at his time. So one by one, he has given the explanation, that is the antipathy, allopathy, and the isopathy. So in the aphorism number 22, he has given the hint कि either you can use the similar medicine or you can use the opposite medicine to cure that patient. Clear?
Yes,
Yes,
ma'am.
ma'am.
Yes, ma'am.
So in the 21, he has given the properties, and in the 22, he has given the 2 ways by which you can choose your prescription. Now in the aphorism number 23, I think only 1 minute is left. Rejoin the meeting with the same ID and the same code after 3 to 4 minutes. Okay?
Okay, ma'am.
Okay, I am
Yes,
ending
ma'am.
this meeting here.
Okay, ma'am.
Sushant, please take the screenshot of all the 29 participants and make a list. Sushant. I think he is
Yes,
not
ma'am. Yes.
audible. हा सेफर साइड अजून कोणीतरी घेऊन ठेवा.
मॅम मी घेते.
हा ठीक आहे. ओके, वी विल मीट अगेन आफ्टर 2 to 3 minutes.
मॅम प्रेझेंट घेतली.
हा ओके ओके, लिहून घे एका पेपरवर मग.
हा घेतली.